Well, hello. Hi, guys. It's been a while. I'm still here. I'm still in China. I haven't escaped yet. I'm trying desperately.
We better not announce it too much because someone's gonna find out the devil's trying to leave.
Yeah, yeah. Um, well, how about you, Harry? How you been?
Not bad, just working hard and not having a lot of time left over for much of anything else. But yeah,
Yeah, it's the world is crazy. Well, we have got a bit of a lesson to to show you today, guys, because I've been spending a few days with Mike from Sherlock's Apprentice. Lovely guy. It's actually the first time we've met, and we've been doing some decoding. And a few things that he's taught me have literally blown me away. And when he first discovered it, he said it absolutely blew him away. It's insane. So we're going to get straight into the presentation. You might have to watch this more than once, guys, or at least bits of it, or even pause the video and read a few slides if necessary. All right, so what we got: history repeats, cracking the matrix code. This is a photograph I took yesterday. This is right outside Mike's apartment, Sherlock's Apprentice, right outside his apartment complex, and it looks over the river. I mean, what you guys want to make of it, let us know in the comments. Did anybody see this? There was a goat leading the way at the Queen's funeral procession. And I'm sure most of you know, are aware of this, the Rosemary's Baby dress thing. But this one was intriguing, the Mayor of Chicago. Looks very much like that demon in the picture above. Right. Now, for those of you who don't know what calligraphy is, it's pretty Chinese writing. And it's written vertically from right to left, right? So each sentence is written vertically, and they write from the right-hand side of the page to the left-hand side of the page, right? This is why we're beginning to find out the importance of reading numbers and words, you know, forwards and backwards. But they changed to writing the same as we do, from left to right. Guess what year, Harry?
oh, yeah, you're gonna tell us.
Yeah. Now, what was going on that year? Well, pretty much the same that's going on now.
And you know the importance of knowing reading in both directions is because when a lot of documents are transcribed, sometimes the transcriber or the translator does not know which way they're reading.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why we have to know how to be able to recognize both forward and backward writing.
Yeah. These are the 9 rules for being human. You can pause the video and read this. I'm not going to read all of it, but you will receive a body. You will learn lessons. There are no mistakes, only lessons. Lesson is repeated until it's learned. Learning lessons does not end. There is no better than here. I quite like this one.
Yeah.
Because when your there has become your here, you will simply obtain another there, and which will again look better than here. Oh, it's quite good.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah. Others are merely mirrors of you. What you make of your life is up to you, and the answers lie inside you. So if you want to read this, we've got quite a bit to get through, guys. So if you want to pause it, I'm going to read that and pause it.
These 9 rules, though, I mean, they remind me of a lot of what the person who's in charge of a prison might tell you upon entering.
Yeah.
You might say that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you just telling me about the they? You know, we often see the word they, who they are.
Yeah, I was watching another show, and for the life of me, I can't remember which one it was, which podcast, but and I want to give this person credit because it's their acronym. They is considered the hierarchy enslaving you.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, there's 4 types of people you'll meet. The people who try to free the slaves, the slave masters, the people who have no idea that they're slaves, and the people who like being slaves. Which one are you? I like this. When your friends and family wake up to the 13, rah, 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 and what he's saying there is, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more for sure.
But wait, there's more, yeah. Is he the mark of the beast system? Right, Harry, you sent me this from a podcast you were watching, or a film, TV show or something.
Yeah, it was the same one where the Orville, that one with the Orville show.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. I forgot about that.
These people look kind of reptilian to me, so I'm like, okay, their God created the krill independently of all other life. Why? He created the universe for us to have dominion alone over.
Yeah. Truth in movies again.
Yeah.
Guys, what do you think? I mean, ain't the same, is it? I mean, you know, if you were looking at either one, you'd probably say, oh, yeah, that's him. But side by side? No. Thoughts? I don't know. The interesting thing is, you know, of course, all the talk was on the funeral, but they use this word here. Princess Anne and Prince Edward mount guard at the foresight of the catafalque raised platform. Well, I popped it in Gematria, and we got there's 233s there, Chaldean and full reduction. Never heard of it. This was interesting. This is just a picture I took on my laptop. Marina Abramovich was the VIP guest at the funeral.
Oh, yeah. She's the main mediator too.
Yeah. Oh, trying to reconcile Harry and Meghan with the Western royal family. Yeah. And I put this in because it's a nice bit of fluff. Souls recognize each other by vibration, not by appearances. I thought it's very true. All right, so we're starting to see what this agenda is all about. China apparently has announced 11 trillion deficit in the first half of 22. USA negative GDP the first 2 quarters. The third one is expected to be the same when it's announced on October the 27th. Don't blame the government. It's not our fault. It's the virus.
Well, that's what the scapegoat is, right?
Yeah, that's the scapegoat.
That goat in front of the procession stood for the death of all business.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. All right. So, you know, we've touched on this a few times in previous podcasts, Harry, haven't we? The realm of 7 days a week. You know, you know the drill. But where I want to take you guys, this is like one step forward. So in English, the number 1 is spelt 1, spoken as 1. In French, it's un. Italian, uno. In Chinese, it's I. So we have the same meaning, but different words that are used to speak that meaning. Now, these are just 3 words that I plucked out of thin air. You know, hen, bang, and ping. Hen being a chicken, bang, well, there's several meanings, and ping, well, I'll ping you an email. But in Chinese, hen means very, got nothing to do with chickens, bang means good, and ping is a bottle. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is that we have the same numbers spoken differently. We have familiar words in English, but we have the same words in other languages that have completely different meanings. All right, Nige, where are we going with this? Okay, I'm going to show you what is called octal, base 8, and it's a numbering system, and this is a fucking mind blow. So the numbering system we use is known as base 10. It's decimal. It's base 10. It's all based in tens, 10, 20, 30, 100,000, etc., etc. You know the drill. But base 8, a big shout out to Mike for teaching me this. Base 8 only uses 1 through 7. 0 is just a placeholder for when we get to 10. Basically, the important thing to understand is that there's no 8 or 9, which means there's no 18, 19, there's no 98, 99. This is, I was going to say, here's how it works, but this is a mystic tablet, Tibetan mystic tablet, containing the 8 titagrams on top of a large tortoise, presumably alluding to the animal that presented them to Fuxi, along with the 12 signs of the zodiac. And we're going to talk about number 12 in a minute. The system is known as Bagua, B-A-G-U-A. You can have a look at it if you want. I'm not going to read this. But the interesting thing here, the mid-19th century, Albert Taylor concluded that our octenary base 8 is the best possible one for arithmetical, for an arithmetical system. Okay, so he said it's the best possible system. And here is the Chinese. You see the yin yang in the middle, and you've got the 8, 0 at the base, 7 at the top.
And if you think about it, Nige, the base 8 system fits pretty good in a 24-hour system too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you do when you count in base 8, instead of counting on your fingers, you use the gaps between your fingers and your thumb, because you've got 4 of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the reason we use the base 10 is because we have 10 of these, but use the in between.
Well, we don't. We only have 8 fingers, really, don't we? We have 8 fingers and 2 thumbs.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, if you use the base 8, if you use 3 times 8, that's 24, still 24 hours. But what do? You divide it into 3: the wake time, the sleep time, and the work time. You know.
Yeah.
The 3 times of what you do. You're awake 8 hours. You have to work the other 8, and then you sleep the other 8. So.
Yeah. Good call. So in 1688, this dude proposed base 8 instead of 10, because the most natural and easy kind of division. Okay, so this is nothing new, guys. So here's how it works. Counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But in base 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, and so on. So the 8th number becomes 10, and the 9th number becomes 11. 9, 11. We continue. We get up to 17, and the next number is 20. When we get to 70, 71, 72, 73, all the way to 77, we then jump to 100. Okay, so you just miss out. When you go 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30. Okay, you just miss out the 8s and the 9s. That means when you get to the hundreds, the 777th number, the next one is 1,000. Now, how many 7s have we been showing you, or we've been putting in these podcasts? Kangaroo, kept as a pet, suspected of killing a 77-year-old Australian. Dow dropped 777 points. At the bottom here, portfolio, 7.7 billion loss. It's all over the place. I saw this advertised the other day. There's this hover bike capable of flying for 40 minutes, but it's going to cost you $777,000. I mean, it's that number again. 8 days a week was the song by the Beatles. Interesting. Right. So, as I just explained, if you wrote 1 to 23 in base 8, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21, 22, 23. You will have written 19 numbers. 19 and 23 are connected. And you can see here, the properties of 19 in octal, top right-hand corner, is 23. Why is this important? Well, we just, this last weekend, the 24th, we went into the next sabbatical year, which is 5783, and 5 plus 7 plus 8 plus 3 adds to 23. And this is no coincidence. I mean, this is many people have seen this. This is just a screenshot, but you've got 19 degrees, and yet on the screen it's got 23. All right, well, here's a mind blow for you. We're told the year's 2022. Many of us know about the added 1,000 years, which I'll go into in a minute. So what if we are in 1022 and not 2022? Can you guess what 1022 is in base 8? No, you can't. How about that? 1776. 1776 in octal is 1022. So, as we can see, 2022 is a coded 1776, which means in base 8, next year will be 1777, and the year after that will be 2000. End of the 1,000-year reign, maybe? I don't know. Probabilities of 1023. In octal, it's 1777. 1024 in octal is 2000. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Matt from a channel called Sixth Sun. He did a video recently. He talks a lot about the 400-year cycle. And he said we're either in the year 398 or 399. And that, boom, that matches perfectly with where we are with this. 1776. Next year is 1777, and the year after that is 2000. Now, we're told that October is the 10th month, but we know octo means 8. This is why it's October, guys, because they're using base 8. There is no 8 in base 8. There's 8 numbers. You count 0 through to 7. It's 8 physical numbers. So once we count to 7, the next number is 10 or 8. This is connected to October, has to be. We're also told September's the 9th month, but in base 8 there is no 9. You go 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Doesn't mean there's 14 months in the year, it just means that they have different numbers. And 7 plus 7 is 14. September, we are told, is the 9th month. We know it's really the 7th month, but in base 8, it becomes the 11th month. You're 9 and you're 11. Carved with the number 7 on its forehead, born. I mean, it's all over the place. Right, now here's where it gets really, really cool. We're told that Queenie died on, whichever way around, 8-9 or 9-8, September the 8th, 8th of September. But we knew she died ages ago. This could be my grandmother. Yeah, I mean, that is not, it ain't her. It just isn't. All right, and the numbers, you know, her full name is 201. We've got a 66 in there. We've got 2 55s in there in Chaldean. 55 is Satan. And we know that they're all connected. The 102, the 201 is connected to 56, 42, 66. Now, a few days ago, many people were talking about September the 24th. If we use the added 10 days, September the 24th becomes October the 4th. 410, 41 in Gematria, and we know 41 is connected to 33. It's connected to 51. Okay, that basically means that if you write from 1 to 41 in base 8, you'll have written 33 numbers. Okay, so 41 is connected to 33, which is connected to the added 10 days, which I'll talk about in a sec. You guys in America have got your midterms coming up on November the 8th, 11-8 or 8-11. We know that November means 9, right? So 11-8 really becomes 9-8, which is the date of the Queen's death. Okay. What day are we told that Russia invaded? February the 24th. Look at that, you can't make this up. Russia-Ukraine war is 224. Full reduction is 8, and in Chaldean, it's 11. There's another connection to 811. We did a podcast, Harry, didn't we, on the Mastermar? That was another one that inspired by Mike from Sherlock's Apprentice. I mean, you know, you've got Ma in all these words. You've got Harry married to Meghan and Markle, and then another 33 connection. Now, this is interesting. They have a daughter called Lilibet. This is Harry and Meghan. Apparently, when the Queen, this is the official story, when the Queen was a little girl, she couldn't say Elizabeth. She said Lilibet. But Elizabeth, Betty, Bet, Lilibet, Little Bet. What if she died and reincarnated as Lilibet? Seventh in line to the throne is Lilibet. Lilith? Don't know. Throwing it out there. Okay. So this is from Anatoly Fomenko's work. People went to bed on October the 4th, 582, and woke up on October the 15th, 1582. Because of these dates, many people think that 1,000 years and 11 days were added because you got the 4th and the 15th. But if they went to bed on the 4th, they should have woken on the 5th, right? So, and they woke on the 15th. So 10 days were added. Now, when we go even further, and Mike's working on this, you can talk about base 12. In base 12, 666 times 3 is 1776. In base 10, the one that we normally use, 666 times 3 will give you 1998. But in base 12, 666 times 3 is 1776. I mean, it's just another connection that we can't get away from. They say that the base 12 pattern of the primes is our DNA pattern. And if we all had 6 fingers, we would use base 12 to count instead of base 10. Now, when you put 10 days in the calculator, you get 38, 88. How many times have we spoke about 88, Harry? 101.
The hermetic number always rears its ugly.
Yeah. You've got the 23 again, which is 19 in base 8. In this particular...
The 101 is the 2 pillars and the portal.
Well, guess... if you put the 8 in between the 2 pillars, Harry, 181, right? Yeah. 181 is the 42nd prime number. 181 plus 42 is 223.
And we all know 38. 38 is death.
Yeah, 38 is the murder, the kill. Yeah. And of course, the 10 days is half the 666 in Satanic 333. I thought this was interesting. This guy put these two words, these two names, into the same cipher, and they both came out at 666. And if you write this in the calculator, it comes out at 666 in Satanic. Now, this has got nothing to do with what we were just presenting, but this is what's being touted around, as of the beginning of January next year, 2023, which would be 1777. Yeah. You can do all of this in Illinois and get away with it. I'm not going to read them. You can read them.
You know what that means, right? Don't be in Illinois beginning January.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. This I thought was interesting. This was from last Saturday at the time of doing this. Again, you can read this. Yeah.
Actors, of course.
Yeah. And, you know, I thought I'd leave the presentation with this one. When you finally leave this earth, what difference will you have made? Think about that. It's a good question. So, what do you think, Harry? I mean, there's a lot of info in there, aren't there?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that came to my mind first is, when do you encode messages? Well, you encode
them. Why do you encode them? Yeah, because you don't want people. You want to hide. Yeah.
You want to hide something, and why do you mostly want to hide something? Because either you want an advantage, or you're afraid that others will find out something. So what does it say? They are fearful people. They are afraid.
Yeah.
They're powerless. They know we are more powerful, and if we wanted to, we'll decode their stupid puzzle of life. And
well, Mike sent me this. He's talking about Cape Canaveral, right? And this rehearsal. Well, they're supposed to ram an asteroid, right? And get this: the galactic slam occurred at a harmless asteroid 7 million miles, 11.3 million kilometers away. Right, so what have we got there? We've got the 7, we've got the 113, or the 311, which is, it plowed into the space rocket 14,000 miles an hour. 7 plus 7 is 14. It was 11 billion pounds, or 5 billion kilograms. So you got another 11 again. And this is on the quote unquote news, So we can see that it's all coded. I mean, that kind of stuff isn't for us; it's for they,
Yeah. So they're telling us that they shot this meteor that was 7 million miles away.
Yeah. But again, it's the numbers. You see, it's the 7 and the 11.3, and I mean, it's insane.
They're telling us that if we don't believe in science or scientism, whatever you want to call it, that we are.
We're supposed to believe this this nonsense, aren't we?
We do believe it. It's not if we don't believe it. These numbers are just terribly exaggerated. There's no way you couldn't hit a target that's 7 million miles away. I don't care who's saying it.
Yeah. And I don't know if you can see this. I was telling you earlier about this city where I'm in now in South China. It's so freaking. I mean, this is the hotel logo.
Looks like a sigil to me.
Yeah, of course it is. G would be the 7th letter. These the 22nd. So you've got 22, 44. You've got 51. My room number is 515. Me and Mike were talking the other day before I was talking about 51. He's done a lot of stuff on 51. I'll put a link to his latest video when I upload this.
Your 515 has both 15 and 51 right in it.
That's right. Well, that's what he works on, because 15 is a reflection of 51. Yeah. The ISIS kind of thing, and the dollar sign, and the medical symbol, the staff with the snake. And we'd spent most of the day talking about 51, 41, and then I come to check into this hotel, and they put me in room 515. I mean, you can't fucking make it up,
Of course not.
When I was traveling down here, they wouldn't let me on the plane, even though I booked the ticket and paid for the ticket. They wouldn't let me on the plane because at 8 o'clock that morning, I had to go and have it's fucking stupid. But the result hadn't come through. So even though, everybody's got a green code. So even though my code was green, they were still waiting for the result, or it might change. So I had no choice to go and book into a hotel, because they said if you hadn't come through by 4:30 or 4:20, then too late. And it hadn't. It didn't come through till 6 o'clock. So I go and book into this hotel, Harry, and they put me in room 1221. Oh, that's solstice, right? Winter solstice day. No problem. So the next day, I get the plane, but my friends were going to pick me up, but it was too late. The flight didn't arrive till 1 a.m. So my friend had booked me into another hotel. They put me in room 410. Remember the 41 that we were just talking about, which is connected to 33 and 51? When I get to my friend's house, they've just moved, right, into this apartment, building 33, apartment 906. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with all these numbers? And then when I get here, 515, I'm like, mate, this is insane.
Yeah. But you're lucky, it'll take you 15 days to get out of China.
Oh, God, don't say that. Don't say that. I've got to go to the embassy tomorrow. Basically, guys, I came into China on my Aussie passport, so I've got to leave China on my Aussie passport, but it's expired. And nobody can tell me if I can walk out with an expired passport. You know, I've got a UK passport as well, so that's valid. So, you know, that's no problem. But it's getting out that's the drama.
It shouldn't be a drama to get out of anywhere.
I went to the consulate on Friday. They didn't know. I had to fill some forms in. They said, "We'll call you Monday." They didn't. I rang them, right? I rang them at 2 o'clock, and they said, "Oh, we'll call you back in an hour or so." Nobody did, so I called them back at 4:30. Oh, can you come in on Wednesday? Right? They made an appointment. I'm like, why? I just want a fucking yes or no answer. How difficult is it? Well, we've got some questions. There's some questions that they want to ask. Can't make it up. All right, guys, we got to go.
What's your next day that you? What's the next day that you go?
What's the next? I'm hoping by the weekend. I'm hoping by the weekend.
All right.
All right, the ladies come to do the room, so
all right.
We'll finish recording here.
Very good.
I'll catch up with you soon, guys.
All right, take it easy, okay?
All right, take care.